Alright, we're gonna go over everything that you will need to know for quick swapping on a controller. Let's see, the very first place to start would probably be, so usually if you're starting out quick swapping, one of the first swaps you will get to know is the good old SSG Ballista. It is very strong swap, but it is not the fastest, and it is not very ammo friendly. Let's just say. So a lot of people know that you have the wheel. You select the weapon, it comes out. You select the weapon, it comes out. A lot of people make the mistake of shooting and then holding their wheel, selecting a weapon, and then shooting that weapon. They shoot that weapon, and then they swap again. I have so much muscle memory from this game. Alright, let's see if I can demonstrate this properly. How not to do it. So basically they shoot their gun, they hold the weapon wheel, and then they swap, and then they shoot another gun, right? That is very, very slow. And if you want to learn how to swap fast like that, that is definitely not how you go about it. So usually a lot of beginners, they will, and well, people who play the game after a little while, they'll find out that if you just press the button that brings up the weapon wheel, see how I hold the button and it brings up my weapon wheel? If I just press that button, it'll swap it to whatever gun I had last. So say I have my Ballista last, right? And I have my SSG. I press the button and it'll swap to my Ballista, right? I press the button again and it swaps to my SSG. Super shotgun for the uninitiated. Yeah, so basically you want to, for your swaps, you want to press last weapon swap. So and for quick swapping effectively, you basically want to press the swap and the shoot at the same time. Right. So you press the swap and the shoot at basically the same time, and you will bypass the reload animation. That is the entire point of quick swapping, is to bypass the reload animation and simply just keep shooting. Right. So, yeah, if you're just starting out, you will probably just want to start with basic SSG Ballista, right? Very high damage, very effective. If you ever watched the game director Hugo Martin play, he liked to use SSG Ballista a lot because it's a very effective swap. Granted, it can be universal. You can pretty much use it in any situation simply because of how much damage you output. But there are much more efficient and much more stylish swaps. Okay. So, you learned SSG Ballista. You're on your way to become a controller quick swapping god, as they say. So the next gun you really want to learn how to swap with is this gun right here, the heavy cannon. More specifically, the weapon mod, the precision bolt. Alright. If you're a beginner, you will most likely see the tutorial as you play that says you can use this to shoot enemy weak points like Mancubus turrets or turrets on the Arachnotrons or the Revenant. A special property about this gun is that when you use it in between, say, so you learned your SSG Ballista, right? If you use Precision Bolt and then Ballista, you can swap much, much faster than SSG Ballista, right? So right? And you have something that swaps pretty fast for pretty much infinite range. With both the mods combined, you pretty much have hit scan at infinite range. That is basically you quickly shoot, and as you shoot the precision bolt, you press the last weapon swap, like I showed before, how it swaps to the last weapon you had, the ballista. Right, so you shoot it, but you have to let go of your left trigger or whatever you use to zoom in. You have to let that go as you bring this out and shoot it, right? It's a little bit complicated. Well, this is where it starts getting a little bit more complicated. It's not too hard to learn. You can definitely practice it. Like if you take infinite ammo and just go into any map, you can practice this easy. The next highly essential swap would be precision bolt and then super shotgun, which is the exact same as the precision bolt and then the ballista, right? For that one, it is the same inputs, but you don't have to let go of the zooming in, right? You can hold that down and still be just fine. It'll swap all the same. So those are two of the most basic yet most highly effective swaps, and they will save you on ammo. So instead of doing that, you do some of this and precision bolt, super shotgun, and you will be swapping faster, and you will be saving on a little bit of ammo. Alright, for this section, you probably have seen people do precision bolt and then rocket launcher, right? It's pretty fast. It is definitely probably the fastest. I know I'm only on 60 FPS, but overall, out of all the swaps in comparison to each other, it is the fastest. Now, for precision bolt rocket, it's just the same as all the other swaps. You shoot and you swap at the same time, right? Now, with the rocket launcher itself, if you have remote det, you are able to simply hold down your left trigger or your whatever button you use for zooming in. You're able to hold that down the whole time. So you just shoot and swap at the same time, right? And you PB rocket. Probably the most talked about swap in this game, probably the most recognized swap in this game is the PB rocket. Right? But the thing with PB rocket is if you have lock on your rocket launcher, say you don't like playing with remote det, you prefer lock on, that's perfectly fine. The thing is, if you are to do PB rocket with lock on equipped, you can't hold down the zoom in button while you swap between them. You can only hold it down for when you shoot the precision bolt. So right, it's just as fast, except you can't be holding this button, the zoom in button, while you are swapping. So see, if I try to hold it down, it doesn't shoot the rocket, when I press fire while I'm swapping to it. Right. It is kind of annoying, but you will get around it. If you've already learned the PB Ballista, you will have gotten used to letting go of the left trigger while you're swapping between them. And it's pretty much exactly the same. The only difference being PB Rocket is much, much faster than PB Ballista, right? Okay, so the next major swap of all the PB swaps, this is the one that gets people all messed up. So remember how I was saying you want to shoot and swap at the same time? Now, with this swap, that is essential. I was pressing my bumper and my trigger at the same time, while also holding down my left trigger, right? So you want to hold down left trigger the whole time. You don't want to let that go, otherwise you won't be able to shoot your sticky bomb. So, with PB Sticky, you shoot and swap at the same time. The timing for it is roughly the same as it would be for your PB Rocket. The only difference being you have to remember that when you have the mastery, you only fire 5 stickies before it has to reload like this, right? And without the mastery, you only have 3 stickies. That's just something you have to remember. But yeah, basically you just shoot and swap at the same time. Oops. Right, and see, I tried to shoot again, but it was reloading because I wasted all my stickies. You just have to wait for your stickies to come back, and then you can keep going, right? Pretty much the exact same as PB Rocket. Alright, now that is all the basic swaps. Now, once you have mastered all of those, we can move in to the next section, which is 3 weapon swaps.